I didn't know the lore ran that deep.
I'm actually the least impressive person in my family.
No, don't say that. You were on Glitch Infinite, and your family could not say that. That is an achievement in of itself, cooler than casting professional baseball. Now, with that, IMO, I'm not a big sports person.
I know you're not. That's why it's a matter of opinion. And an opinion of mine that I have is that this is going to be a sick match. It's going to be Jeepers versus Vendetta, and it looks like we're just actually getting right into it. So let's see how it goes. Vendetta, obviously, you may know him as one of the best sort of overall FGC character mains in the entire scene. You see the Ryu, you see the Ken, you see the Terry. Jeepers, on the other hand, is packed in that lineup, leading off with the Aegis. I believe that's either Peach or ZSS I see down there, and then certainly the Min Min to anchor.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Vendetta is somebody who will thrive in this kind of a format. His Ken is amazing, his Ryu is amazing, and his Terry is amazing. He has 3 characters that he alternates between, so he is thriving, he is living, and just like that, down tilt into Shoryuken, Vendetta is cooking it, only at 48%.
And looking like the Glitch Infinite trailer, the hype video right now. I was wrong about the character, by the way. Jeepers' second character is, believe it or not, Isabel, which is why I did not recognize the character silhouette on the stock count, because I don't see Isabel too often. But there is a lot of merit to this character in the matchup against the FGC characters, and particularly against Ryu, who leverages the fireball game so heavily. Isabel seems like a great counterpick.
You pocket that, and let me tell you, the reward that you get is going to be amazing. Also, just by virtue of having Slingshot, you poke, 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 you keep them away constantly, and Slingshot also shutting down Hadoukens like that. That's going to be so, so big. I like that little bit of a wait from Vendetta, just waiting for Jeepu's next option. Now he has a tell. The question is, will he be able to capitalize on that tell?
Yeah, you got your, you know, in game 1, you got your download now, right? Now are you going to be able to actually install it, put it to use, open up the game after maybe, I don't know, if Steam throttles your downloads. Maybe you have to hope that Vendetta's brain doesn't do the same, but getting so much off of hitting those mines.
Yeah, the delay on the down B, hitting the down B and extending the hitbox actually gave Vendetta the ability to then hit the get up animation of the tech. That was absurd. Had Jeepers not placed that down B down, I do not think they would have gotten hit by that, as they would have still been grounded and invulnerable.
Ooh, but going off stage with the Min Min, taking care of Vendetta's first stock, but you still got 2 more to eat through, and the next one is Terry Bogard. We got a lot of FGC games here, but Vendetta's pretty much just repping them all on his own.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. FGC, anything going up against Min Min sounds like a bad time. But as soon as Vendetta is actually in there, that's when you get to play the game. Every other time, that's just Min Min having a field day with you, keeping you out over and over and over again.
Now you're just trying to get back to center stage if you're Jeepers, but Terry, above anybody else, might have the best time against Min Min because that crack shoot can make up such quick distance, and you get that hitbox in front of you so fast.
Yeah, Terry has burst options, and oftentimes that Ken and Ryu, although they do also have them, maybe not as nearly defined ones. So Vendetta can definitely dash in, break a lot of space, trying to use the power dunk. So difficult to actually punish the end lag of that.
Great DI by Jeepers, though, to not get hit by a follow-up on that nair, looking for the power dunk. Well, Vendetta didn't find it, but now the go mode is active, and if you get your feet back on stage, you've got to be scared as the ARMS main.
Yeah, absolutely. Just delaying his recovery as long as possible. Jeepers is going to be missing the 2-frame, making the most out of how little end lag that move has. Good stuff on Jeepers for actually respecting that. Missing the timing to actually get back on. When one arm comes out, the second one is always ready to smack you back. So you got to be so patient.
And now the Ram is back out just to try to keep Terry off the stage. Hopefully, you know, gimp him now that he's at 140. And look at that. No tech, but he made it back. What great awareness by Vendetta.
And Vendetta actually making the most out of charging up that smash attack, using that lag as the opening to be able to get back on. Power, Gaizu almost killing. One more good hit, and that's all it's going to take. Are we okay? Actually,
we are okay.
We're doing like fine.
Because it's Pokemon Stadium 2, and the stage is just so long that across stage, very difficult to get the KO. Jeepers with the bowling ball. Who do you think you are? I am. We're on to last stock. Got to do some work against the Ken, but there is no work to be done.
I am so happy that that was your reference. I am so happy that you referenced the bowling ball thing. It is so good. It is one of my favorite pieces of media to date.
That guy is so funny. I heard that he once said bowling is like chess, but without the dice. And I was like, all right, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
There are no dice in bowling. That's true.
Yeah, so Vendetta, that shield pressure, that's a little bit of a vibe check. You can, I believe, roll out or spot dodge or release shield at some point, but if somebody is too confident just to lock into shield, maybe afraid of you chasing them down, that's what it punishes. It punishes people that are scared, that are locking themselves into that shield, and then guess what? You end up dying for it anyways. Vendetta, this is something that I talk about over and over and time again. His set play and his ability to mix up and get a tell on your options out of shield is what makes him one of the nastiest Ken players out there. His ability to track you, to cover your rolls out, to catch your jumps is honestly amazing.
And the shield break at the end too, like you said, I mean, you get so scared of getting touched by any of those single hits from Ken or Ryu, like either of the Shotos, right? Because they touch you and then you take 60% and maybe you die, right? But as Min Min, you get up close to the Ken, what boxing options do you really have? You kind of have to hope that you guess right with a jab maybe. I mean, you want to run away, but at a certain point you have to just kind of pray that you have enough shield to weather the storm. Yeah,
for sure. And we will be opting to go to Smashville. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. Once again, stages do not really matter all that much unless you're picking 3 identical, sort of stage enjoying characters. And what happened?
Going for the side B with the fishing rod to grab the ledge, but unfortunately was too low for it to grasp on. At that point on Smashville, the lag was too large for Isabel to come back. So Vendetta getting to breathe a huge sigh of relief as Jeepers put that Isabel into the lead position to counter the Ryu, right? To take more advantage of the fireball.
Vendetta had that. Vendetta wanted that. Vendetta had the right idea. Drag downs galore, parrying an up smash. Vendetta mix, looking like a KitchenAid with that mix.
He bought the Blend Tech Total Blender. He took those first 2 stocks and said, don't breathe this.
I feel like he's just speaking for himself right now. I have nothing else to say. He is saucing, he is cooking, he is chefing up. Only at 29% and parrying the arms. Vendetta has some kind of momentum, something powering behind him because he is doing exceptionally well.
It's the Glitch Infinite power-up. You get the Shoto main out here and then he gets the FGC behind him, I suppose. But now, Jeepers at least set up on stage, kind of first time seeing solid footing for even just a few seconds, but kind of all that he's gotten so far.
That was so smart. He forced out the air dodge. I would have actually expected him to go for it all with some sort of an edge guard attempt. Jeepers finally able to get Vendetta off of them, but the question is for how long? Stalling and armoring through an arm with focus, so smart.
And honestly, using really good use of the focus to only take 1 hit and then canceling through to get closer to the mid-mid too. I love the way that Vendetta's been using the focus just to get up close. Jeepers finally tagging out with that arm, with the dragon arm, getting the first stock. You've got a mountain to climb, but as Min-Min, it's still possible.
Yeah, for sure. But when you got Telly occupying the stage like this, what is your ledge option? Oh my goodness, clanking, but then still able to throw out a second arm. Jeepers slowly and meticulously fighting their way from the corner, down tilt into up smash classic.
And you don't want to give up that control of the platform. You want to juggle Terry as long as possible. But
oh my god,
carries from Vendetta so big in this game. Charged rising tackle, not enough because Smashville's got that tall ceiling.
Vendetta has been the best person to ever parry Min-Min arms I have ever seen. He has an exact tell on Jeepers' timing.
That's it.
That should do it. Wow, Vendetta.
Dominant in that game too. That is the only word that I can use to describe it. We'll move on to winners semis, and Jeepers, a better showing in the game 1, but obviously an SD in the first few seconds doesn't help in that game 2, and things could have gone a lot differently if the Isabel was able to do work against the Ryu, who absolutely ran amok.
It was honestly all about this dash back. When he went for the dash back here, that was basically it, because he was just able to go in here. He was trying to bait some sort of a neutral getup. He's jumping. He's going for a lot of these empty options. Dashed back when it mattered the most. He dashed back preemptively, and then there it comes in. The beauty of auto turnaround, just helping Vendetta out a little bit when it comes to spacing. So it's I feel like a really good thing that Vendetta has illustrated here is that by standing at roll distance, people know not to roll in. immediately. But if you occupy neutral, get up range, and dash back, you still have enough time to go, but they don't actually have the time and ability to always react to you dashing back. So you're able to bait those kinds of options out. I see everybody who wants to punish a roll sitting at roll distance. That is telegraphed. That is you screaming to them, I want to punish this from you. But Vendetta did a really good job of just being